Hey guys, this is Kryptonio back with another quick video on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about MXC right here. Currently down 2% on the day. At one point it was down I think 10%, almost 10% on the day, and I had people, contacting me, wondering what's going on with the market and could I do a quick video on MXC? So I decided to jump on and do a video. So this is a uh token that I mentioned back in December. I did a live video for Christmas where I was talking about my telescope and my PlayStation 5. I know a couple of people seen it, but in that live video, I mentioned MXC. And if you bought MXC back then, you were probably way up on your money. And I will get into that and show you guys that in a minute. But MXC today is right now down 2%. We was down 10% earlier. Going over to the overview of it. On the hour, we are up 3%. On the day, down 1.9. On the week, up 5%. On the month, up 154%. On the year, up 10.4%. So, again, like I said, I mentioned this video in a live video I did on Facebook for Christmas, and was kind of letting some people know about this asset and if they wanted to get into it or not. But pretty much across the board today, we know Bitcoin is having a pullback. Everything is pretty much red. I will be doing a video on Alchemix maybe later on today or tomorrow, and I will be posting that video. But everything is pretty much a red across the board besides Sheeb and Alchemix. And that's another good one that I encouraged people to get in at one point. Don't know if anybody heaved that information and did so. MXC is Ethereum's largest AI plus DPN infra on Arbitrum. We all know about Arbitrum, how big Arbitrum is. It's Arbitrum is actually projected to be one of the biggest gainers in this bull run. A lot of people are in the Arbitrum. We also hold a little Arbitrum, not a whole lot. It's not in the Degen portfolio because a lot of cryptos I do have, I do not put them in the Degen portfolio, even though my Degen portfolio is one of my favorites. Arbitrum is a long-term hold. It should be one of the big cryptos in the future. DPN is basically you can go over to, and this is Cointelegraph. I will give them a shout out for this video. Um, is Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network, DPIN. So Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network, DPIN, refer to the application of blockchain technology and decentralization principles to physical infrastructure and systems. If you want to know a little more about that, it's kind of a long explain, but you can go over to Cointelegraph and you can read up on DPIN. It's kind of something that's new to the space. It's probably going to be kind of big, especially with AI being as big as it is this bull run. So to see MXC being into AI plus DPIN is very bullish for the project, and I kind of like that. Going over to Coin Market Cap. Um, this is on the 4 hour chart, which you guys know I don't really like looking at the 4 hour chart, but for the purposes of the video, and sometimes I do peep at it to kind of get a short-term view of where the market can be heading. So with this one, we have this yellow line, which is basically a 2 cent line, is down to 2 cents. So we could pull back since we've started kind of like a downtrend. I don't know if this downtrend is done or if it's just beginning, but we do have a green candle now. But this is probably a good buy zone since it's a lot of support and resistance along this line right here that it's on right now. So we could get a little support right here and then continue down, kind of do something to where we've pulled down and then we kind of like get a little support in this area and then continue down to this line and then maybe bounce off and come back up to retest the red line. And if that happens, we could either go through the red line or kind of get a rejection and come back down. And if we lose the red line, get a rejection, come back down to the yellow line. And if we lose the yellow line, then we could come down to the purple line, which I think we'll definitely get a good bounce off the purple line. Every time we've touched the purple line, we've dumped from the red line through the yellow line to the purple line, and we've got a significant bounce every time we've done that. Came down, got a significant bounce, and came down to the yellow line, held that, got a significant bounce. So we could come down to the yellow line and get another significant bounce. And the more we test this red line right here, the weaker it's going to get, and eventually we'll just break through it and then flip it into support. So what we kind of wanted to do is we kind of wanted, even if it comes down to the yellow line and jumps off, we want to kind of go through the red line, come back and test it as support and do the continuation pattern. And that's the classic rise, retrace, rise. And if we can get that out of it, we'll be good. But we want to eventually flip this red line into support, because if we can, that right there will be very, very bullish. So I'm going to go over to the weekly chart and look at the weekly chart right quick. So on the weekly, we're getting a rejection at the red line. This is why I like the weekly charts. You look at the 4 hour and the hour, and it's just so much price action going on, and that's just it's like a roller coaster, and it sends your emotions on a roller coaster. So there's no sense of just staring at the 4 hour chart or the 1 hour chart, especially during the start of a bull run, because it's just going to be messing with your emotions. You're going to be selling your assets early because you're going to be thinking it's going to dump, and none of that is going to happen. So just try not to pay attention to those unless you're trying to trade on the 4 hour or the hour. Just don't even pay attention to those guys, because it'll just be an emotional roller coaster. So I'm going to go over to the monthly chart. And once you go to the monthly chart, then you get a better perspective of what's going on. Even though we're having this dramatic red day over here on the side, that's probably got everybody in a frenzy. The only thing green is the US dollar. And we may take a look at the dollar either in this video or the next. But everything is red over here. Every asset that's in all these assets that are on the right that you're looking at over here is what is in the is in Kryptonio's vault, which is the Degen portfolio. Everything is red, down 4, 7, 6%, 6%, 5%, 6%. If you're looking at the hour or the 4 hour chart, you're probably going nuts. Don't look at that type of stuff. It just drives you crazy. It just messes with your emotions. Just leave it alone. But you go over here to the monthly chart, and all you see is green, and you can see that we're on the way up. So all the short-term stuff that's happening, all the noise happening in the short term, don't even worry about that. We're in the beginning stages of a bull market, so the upwards momentum is going to continue on the 4 hour. And the 1 hour, what you see is just people who've bought in down here and probably put in significant amounts of money. Those people are just taking profits at certain areas, and locking in their profits, and there's nothing wrong with that. The more money you put in at the bottom, the earlier you're going to exit the market. That's all that means. Some of us need to hang around a little longer because we want more from the market. If I pull up the fibs on this one, I'll even show you where I'm not even looking to I'll pull up fibs. So on this one, which is MXC, and we hold a lot of MXC. We hold over 200,000 in the Degen portfolio alone. So with this one, I mean, up to the 618, the 618 is sitting at right at 14 cent, a little bit above 14 cent. The all-time high is sitting right at 8 cent. So we're not even thinking about taking anything off the table until we at least hit the all-time high. We'll probably definitely get up to the 14 cent or even higher, probably push up to about 22 cent, which would be amazing. And in the Degen portfolio, if we got to 14 cent, then the holdings in the Degen portfolio will be worth about 28K. If we got up to this, it would be worth about 44K. So we're not even going to be thinking about taking any profits until we get up and around the 618, the 1618, or the 2618. Probably start taking profits in between these areas. At least take out the your initial investment and probably a little more than that, and then you can just have a moon bag and just let the rest of it do what it do, because it's all house money at that point. So you wouldn't be losing anything because you've taken out your initial investment. And probably, so if we go over to Kryptonio's vault, so my initial investment in this is if you take these two numbers and add them together, you'll get my initial investment, which is probably looking like about $1,500, 1570. And another way to figure that number out is to subtract this number from this number. But even on a day that we're having a day with everything being so red, our buy spot was so good that we're still up about 3K on this one, almost with a with the total supply of what we put in and the profit. It's worth $4,432.26. So we're not running scared over here. We're just gonna be waiting around and seeing what the market do. And if the market pulls back too far, then that's just gonna give the opportunity to buy more of the assets that you want to get into. Um, Going back to trading view, I'm gonna take the fibs off and kind of give you an idea of my buy-in spot. So my buy-in is here around this area because I paid 0.7 something. So I'm down here at this white and yellow line. If you go over to the 4 hour, it's gonna be more sporadic, but you'll definitely you'll see the distance and what it is. So I'm gonna go over to the 4 hour and kind of blow it up just so you can see the distance. So basically, we're in here at this at the white line right there. We're in right here at this white line is our average buy zone for MXC. So MXC is it jumped off of that line and went all the way up here, and we're still in. We never sold when it came back here. Haven't taken any profits or anything. So we're just gonna wait this one out and see what it does. It's this one has a lot of momentum, and a lot of people are talking about it, and our buy zone is so great down here that we know we're not going to drop all the way back down here to this white line. So we got plenty of time to take any profits if any black swan event happen or something like that, something crazy. COVID 8.3 comes out, some stupid a war breakout or something like that. We got plenty of time to pull profits and be out of the market. But what you want to do is you want to let your winners ride. When you got a winner, let your winners go, and and just let them ride. A lot of people get into projects and they make about $500 and they get out. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you're looking for, that's what you're looking for. But we're kind of taking this serious, and we're going to try to maximize the profits out of all the assets we hold. And we do hold a lot of different crypto assets, so we're going to be trying to maximize the profits from them. But with that being said, guys, that's kind of all I wanted to go over today, because I got a couple of messages about people freaking out about the uh, freaking out about the dip that we have in Bitcoin is dipping. So ain't no sense in everybody being scared. Just wait it out. We even look at the Bitcoin chart right now. We'll go over and look at the Bitcoin chart. And this is the Bitcoin chart on the 4 hour. And we're already getting a little green candle right there. So I don't think it's anything to be fretting over. You can see all the wicks that we have on this run up to Bitcoin, we had a wick right there, and right after that wick, we had a run up, we had a push back down, we get a wick to the bottom right there again, and then we push up, we get another wick right there, and then we start to slowly grind up, get another down wick, and we jump, another down wick, and we jump up off of it. So once you start seeing the patterns in the market, now what I am paying attention to, and I want to continue to pay attention to, is this M pattern that's forming right here at the top. We are forming a M pattern, and we know the M patterns are bearish patterns, because if the market is smiling at you, then it's probably about to harm you. So there we go right there. And there we go with the smiley face. So we all know if the market is smiling at you, he might getting ready to stab you in the back. Could be, could not be, we don't know. So it'll be only thing we can do is just kind of like sit around and wait and see what's gonna happen. But if the market is smiling at you, sometimes it's because he's about to get ready to stab you in the back. But I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. It's just you can't ignore the patterns. When you've been in the market for a while, like I have, and you've been watching and learning this stuff, and I had somebody ask me earlier, "Hey, how did you learn how to do read the charts and all that?" Books, videos, just studying. I got sheets I study. Watching videos. I saw in on MIT Tech when it comes to blockchain technology. MIT Tech literally has classes online with the Grinch Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, teaching blockchain technology at MIT Tech. That's why I don't understand why he's so against crypto, and it's probably not him. It's probably his boss who's telling him what to do. So. I sat in on MIT Tech classes. Like I spend a lot of time in my office when I post stuff saying when I'm not at work, I'm at work. I really, really mean that. When I'm not physically at work and I'm home, I'm in my office and I'm still working. There's no better thing than using your time right and gaining as much knowledge as possible. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is money. You can never get enough of that. I think that is my newfound best thing I love to do, and that is to continue to get smarter and wiser and to obtain as much knowledge as possible. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. And until the next one, Kryptonio out. Peace.